हेलो नमस्कार। खुश रहो बच्चों। आई एम JVN डॉक्टर शाहनवाज आलम, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर ऑफ ज्योति विद्यापीठ वुमेन्स यूनिवर्सिटी जयपुर. Today we discuss about most important concept of economics for managers and macroeconomics. Today topic is consumption and consumption function. Concept of consumption is consumption refers to the expenditure of all community on the purchase of consumer goods and services at different level of income. Every household spends a part of its income on consumption and sometimes has to spend all its income only the consumption. According to Keynes, the level of consumption will change with a change in level of income. In Keynesian analysis, a major determinant of consumption is the level of disposable income with the household. Part saving may sometimes be used whatever the current income is not sufficient or when a costly durable commodity like a car or refrigerator is to be purchased. But normally, part saving may not be available for current expenditure in case of must household. In modern economy, most of saving of middle class people consist of the insurance policies, contributions to provide funds and social security funds, etc., all of which or most of which are not available for current use. A high rate of interest may induce some people to increase their saving and thus restrict their consumption. According to classical thinker, saving is a positive function of the rate of interest and therefore consumption is a negative function of the rate of interest. Keynes does not accept this idea by stating that a high rate of interest may not induce the rich to save more because their income is so high that they are saving automatically. The middle class income groups serve irrespective of the rate of interest for the sake of future security. And the vast majority of the low income groups may not be able to save at all for their income too low. Ultimately, it is it is the level of income which determines the consumption. In mathematical terms, C equal to C is the function of Y, where C for consumption and Y for income. Consumption function. Consumption function state that relationship between consumer spending and various factors determining. At the highest household or family level, these factors may include income, wealth, expectations about the level of riskiness of future income, or wealth, interest rate, age, education, and family size. The consumption function also influenced by the consumer's preferences. The characteristics of the consumption function are important for many questions in both macroeconomics and microeconomics. In macroeconomics, model the consumption function track the total aggregate consumption expenditure. For simplicity, it is assumed to depend on a basic subset of the factor of economic belief are important at the household level. Analysis of consumption expenditure is important for understanding short-term fluctuation or business cycle fluctuations, business cycles, and for examining long-term issues such as level of interest and size of capital stock. At the microeconomics level, the structure of the consumption function is of interest in itself, but it also has a powerful influence on many other kinds of economic behavior. For example, individuals with only a small stock of savings who are laid off from their job may be forced to take new job quickly, even if those jobs are poor match for their skills. On the other hand, laid off consumer with substantial savings may be able to wait until they can find a better job match. Whatever, a consumer is likely to have much saving when laid off will depend on the degree of patience reflected in consumption function. Consumption and business cycle. Consumption expenditure in a private sector account for two-thirds of gross domestic products. The remaining one-third consists of government expenditure and net export. Private consumption is divided into three categories. Durable goods that are defined as goods with a lifetime greater than the 3 years service. That includes the level of car repairs and non-durable goods such as foods and water that are immediately consumed. The consumption flow and consumption expenditure can help the analysis understand the fluctuation in the business cycle. Producers of durable goods only can income from a sale of their initial products. Ex- Expenditure not from the consuming their goods following the purchase. Hence, it is expenditure and not consuming flow that determine the terms of economic prosperity. Due to the nature of durable goods, economics has created the rational optimization framework to account for the goods during the downturn. Consuming durable goods decrease because the goods require the significant investment and consumer will put off the purchase until the economic condition improve. When the economy recovers, spending on a durable goods increases and become more volatile than spending non-durable goods. A change in interest and tax rate on stimulus measure affect the spending on durable more than the any kind of spending. Importance of consumption. Modern economics give lots of importance to level of consumption. in an economy because of its characterize the economic system of the country currently operates in the beginning of all economic activity in of consumption activity. Consumption drive production, economic theory, government theory, and income and employment theory, etc. Thank you.